Keaton Jennings and Michael Richardson continued their terrific form as Durham defeated Northamptonshire by 19 runs at the Emirates Riverside, that making it 3 wins from 5 in the Royal London One Day Cup. The home team lost Stephen Cook for 15 in the 7th over, which had Jennings and Richardson together at the crease once again. Both players are in a rich vein of form right now, and by the end of this contest, they've taken their tally of runs in this competition to 754 combined, 403 for Jennings and 351 for Richardson. Durham had been put in under heavy cloud after losing the toss, and after a watchful start, the runs began to flow. Jennings' 5th 4 carried him to his latest half-century, this one having occupied 66 deliveries. By the halfway stage of the innings, this pair had carried the total to a very respectable 119 for 1. Having come together with a score on 28, these two soon posted a 3-figure partnership. Jennings now changing gears with some wonderful cricket shots. He is making batting look very simple at the moment. As is Richardson, who reached yet another 50 by taking a single from his 67th delivery. He struck 1 6 and 3 4s thus far. He is loving the game at the moment. His second 6 followed in the next over, and with Jennings continuing to find the gaps, this partnership now grew to 158, made in 26.5 overs. And it took a very good catch by Graham White to bring it to an end. A fierce cut from Richardson, well held, as the batsman departed for 68 with a total on 186 for 2 in the 34th over. On a bitterly cold day, Jennings warmed up the crowd by pulling Ben Sanderson to the fine leg boundary to reach 3 figures for the 2nd time in this tournament so far this summer. This one had used up 105 balls and had contained 13 fours. Jennings' time with England has clearly lifted his confidence. He appears to be a very happy camper right now. Alas, he was out to the very next ball he faced. His attempts to go after Sanderson seeing him pick out Alex Wakely. Gone for 101, he left with his side on 194 for 3 from 36 overs. White then fired one through to have Graham Clark plumb LBW, 3 wickets, having now fallen for 18 runs. Clark on his way for 9. With 10 overs remaining, Durham had 218 runs on the board for the loss of 4 wickets, and they then lost Cameron Steele for 4 as he drilled Sanderson to the diving Rob Keogh. Paul Collingwood again impressed, his role to come in towards the end and find the boundary at regular intervals, working out perfectly in recent games. After hitting White for successive 4s, he then reached yet another 50 in 50 over cricket with this shot. His latest half-century had occupied only 39 balls and it hit 4 4s. There's more than a little bit of life left in the old doll yet. He lost Paul Coughlin at the other end. He'd made 10 when he holed out off the bowling of Azarullah in the penultimate over. Durham entering the last one with 277 runs to their name. 14 then came off the last 6 balls. Stuart Pointer hitting 2 4s before he edged behind, but the home team would have been fairly happy with their final tally of 291 for 7. And early wickets soon had Durham just where they wanted to be. In the 5th over, Josh Cobb lost his wicket to Chris Rushworth, and then Rob Newton drove James Whale to Clark. Northants slipped to 57 for 3 when Keogh mistimed a shot off Coughlin, allowing Rushworth to make the necessary ground at mid-on to complete the dismissal. It was left to Richard Levy and Wakely to begin the fight back, the former playing some nice-looking shots. He mixed in some thuggery too, this pull bringing him his 7th boundary as he was raising his bat after reaching his 50 from 45 balls. For the visitors to stay in this game, he of course needed to keep going. Wakely supported him well for a dozen overs, the skipper making 25 of a 4th wicket partnership of 55. But both men were soon back in the pavilion. Wakely tried to turn Collingwood to leg, but instead hit the ball to George Harding at mid-off off the leading edge. And then, well, just take a look at this, as Collingwood proved that age is no barrier if you keep yourself fit and in shape. A brilliant stop in the covers was followed by a powerful and very accurate throw, which had Levy run out for 66, leaving Northamptonshire on 124 for 5. It looked all over, but Adam Rossington had other ideas. He worked the ball to all parts of the ground and added some meaty blows, as he and Stephen Crook just about kept their side in this contest, bringing the runs required down to 89 off the final 10 overs, Very gettable these days. But with a total on 223, Rossington tried one shot too many and was bowled by Coughlin, the batsman 69 coming off 51 balls. Coughlin was then replaced by Harding, who had white leg before on the reverse, and that now left Northamptonshire needing 63 from the last 6 overs with only 3 wickets in hand. 2 boundary-free overs followed, and that meant that Crook had to throw the bat. He did just that, but picked up Richardson in the deep, the batsman on his way for 48, and the match over. The visitors ended on 272 for 8, and that meant another win for Durham, this one by 19 runs. It was a result which puts Durham up to 4th in the North Group, with their next match an important day-nighter at Trent Bridge on Thursday.